Hey, my little party animals. hiphiprenee here today with a brand new speed build for you. And probably by now, you all know that the Sims 4 For Rent pack is coming out on December 7th. So with this pack, you can create multi-unit houses or apartment buildings and then own them and be the landlord. You can be a nice, wonderful landlord who gives your Sims tenants all the things that they need. You can make their rents really low and just let them have the time of their lives. Or you could be like me and be a disgusting slumlord and make your Sims live in abject poverty and just filth, just pure filth. That's what we're going for here. I know a lot of people are not excited about this pack, ooh, capitalism, ooh, landlords are gross, but it's a game, and I love nothing more than finding new and exciting ways to torture my Sims. And what is more new and exciting to torture my Sim than being able to control where they live like this and be able to see them and really just kind of ruin their day as a landlord, you know what I mean? So literally the moment I heard about this pack dropping, this was the first thing that I wanted to build, and this was something that I wanted to build that I knew I did not have to wait for the new pack to come out to build. Obviously, I am doing a lot of pre-building. Exciting news, I got into the EA Creator Network. Amazing. It's been how many years since I applied, and finally I am in the EA Creator Network. So I am hopeful that this is going to be the first pack that I can officially play as an EA creator. So I have been doing a lot of pre-building. I have a whole shell challenge going on right now, and the shell for that is actually what I am going to be using when the pack does come out, so I can build with the pack and things like that. But a rundown apartment building, I didn't feel the need to wait for whatever new items it is that we are getting to work on this. I think that we have plenty between Strangerville, Eco Lifestyle, Basement Treasures. There's a lot of other ones that just have some really good trash. You know what I mean? Just piles and piles of trash. I love stuff like that. Give me a whole trash pack. I'll buy it. I will pay you money, EA. I'll do it. So if you've been watching my channel for really kind of any length of time, you may be aware that I tend to not watch trailers. I try to not read too much about the new packs coming out because I personally, this is my own thing, I like to get the pack and play it and form my own opinions on it. I like to be surprised. I like to see things, just in my game for the first time rather than watching it and trying to pick things out of the back of a trailer or sit and watch a Sims live stream and kind of wait for them to show things. I like to be able to just go through it at my own pace and be able to kind of see the new items that are coming in. That being said, I have kind of looked into this pack a little bit more than I normally would because I wanted to pre-build some things and I wanted to kind of start a new save file and pre-start my save file, and I had to have a general idea of maybe the things that we could kind of do. So it looks like without cheats, you can have 6 different apartments on one lot. So that would be 6 full families of 8 you can fit on one lot. That's insane to me. And I understand with that amount of Sims that could be on one singular lot, why there is going to be a loading screen between the 2 lots. I don't know why we're surprised by this information. This shouldn't be shocking to us. I just really wanted to ensure that when I did build this disgusting rundown apartment complex, that I was not putting either too many lots or not enough lots. So I went with 6 exactly. So we have 6 different apartments. Actually, technically, we'll get to it in a minute. Technically, there are 5, but there are 6. Bear with me. We're going to get there, okay? I tried to give each apartment in this build its own maybe little story, but I didn't want them to be too far apart from each other because obviously this building is this way for a reason. The type of people that live in this building are the type of people you would expect to live in this building. So the first apartment we have here is kind of just really gross. It's one of the grosser ones that I did. We're going to move past it at this point because I talked through the whole thing. But it also has what I use in Roll for Build on TikTok as the meth lab. So that's the type of person that lives in that apartment. It's Jesse Pinkman and Walter White. I don't know what to tell you. We are just kind of putting all of the kitchens together, making sure all the bathrooms and kitchens match in this. It is an apartment building after all, so I felt like that made sense that there would be, specific things in specific places in this build. Like, I can't imagine the landlord that owns this apartment building is like, oh, I'm gonna give each of the apartments its own individual No, he's gonna go buy these refrigerators and cabinets in bulk. He's gonna get the cheapest microwaves he can. All of the bathrooms are going to match. They're all gonna look exactly the same. That's just kind of the vibe I was going for. The second apartment here is kind of the only nicer apartment we have. I'm making air quotes. I know that you can't see me, but I am making air quotes about that. It's the only nicer apartment. So this is very clearly someone who has moved to this area from very, very far away, does not know anything about this area, and accidentally rented an apartment in this just filthy, disgusting, probably bed-bug-ridden apartment complex, and they're just trying to make the best of it because they already signed a lease and it's too late for them to leave, okay? So I used kind of the nicer furniture, but not too nice in this one. I definitely put some rugs down to, help cover up that disgusting carpet, and we tried to make it look as nice as possible while still also knowing exactly what building they're living in. This last apartment on the bottom floor of the first level, this is kind of for just an older gentleman who maybe has moved here in his retirement years, and this is just where he has lived. He is not leaving. He does not care how bad the neighborhood gets. He doesn't care how run down the apartment gets. He has the same furniture that he's had since 1978, and he's totally fine with it. He is very comfortable living in just this sad, filthy, disgusting place. Now, moving upstairs, this first apartment here, this is just a straight up conspiracy theorist apartment. I did build this in Strangerville, so I felt like I had to have at least one of the apartments have kind of that conspiracy theory thing going on. So we have the little bedroom over in the corner over here, and then I start pulling in all of the stuff from Strangerville. So we have the listening station. We have, just some a pile of supplies that they might need in case the world ends or if something crazy happens. This one was one of my favorite ones to do. It was very simple, but it's just exactly what I was going for in this area. Now, these last two apartments are definitely different in the way that I structured them, because these two apartments actually have part of the walls knocked out so that you could go from one apartment to the other. So my kind of thought here was that there are people squatting in these two apartments, and they're kind of just trash hoarder gatherers. So they're pulling in all of these different pieces of trash that they're we can repair this, we can make money off of this. And because they needed more space to be able to try and fix all of this garbage that they're finding everywhere, they knocked down the walls between the two apartments so that they had a space to kind of live, and then a space to, I don't know, work, if you will. I suppose that's what we'll call it. So when the pack comes out and I actually make this a multi-unit residential lot, I will probably make these two apartments just a singular apartment, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was the first build that I had in mind for the Sims 4 for Rent Pack. Again, it's coming out December 7th. I'm very much looking forward to it. I have quite a few builds planned. Fingers crossed that I can get my shit together and I can continue to make some YouTube videos for this new pack. Super excited. Let me know what you thought in the comments. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much to everyone that watched, including my patrons who support me and my TikTok and my YouTube whenever I do post to it. I really appreciate you guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. Hope your Thanksgiving was fantastic, and I'll see you next time.